Let me see. Okay, let's see if this work now, man. I just went live, so I should probably even let me go. Man, ain't that about a bitch? That's crazy. Okay, cool, Nino. Good looking out, bro. Hey, Nino, did y'all? Do I need to start all the way over? Was I able? Was y'all able to hear the? Well, I ain't gonna even trip off the music. But what did I need? Do I need to start all the way over? I'll get the music at the end. Tony Davis, what's up with you, loved one? You back on point. It started working normal at the end of the last video. Oh, okay, okay. What about now? Do I sound good now? Okay, cool. Super, super, super. All right. Ah, damn, boy, you niggas, man. All right, I'll get back to the y'all hit the like button, man. Hit the like button. I do the song for my nigga at the end and shit, you know what I'm saying? Gotta start it all the way over, man. Y'all hit the like button. My bad, I appreciate, man. I appreciate y'all. Death Row Lynch Minds, man. Y'all my niggas, man. I appreciate that shit. I know motherfuckers probably was. That's why, you know what? That's why when I was looking at, I was seeing the numbers go up, then they just started going down. I'm like, damn, I'm like, damn, they nobody fucking with my nigga. But it's probably because of the audio was fucked up, and you know, shit, I can't tell. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And that's crazy because Nino, I seen you text me saying that the audio was chopped up and the homie proper respect. Hey Nino, that's one of the homies from the land out there in Memphis. But yeah, yeah. I seen both of y'all had text me, but I got my phone. I got my phone. Y'all niggas is stupid. I got my phone on don't disturb because I don't want no phone calls to come through or no text messages to come through, and that'll really fuck up the live. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it'll knock people out, sometimes it won't. Okay, let me get my shot back. Right. Let me get my shot back right. There we go. There we go. That's what I want to see. Okay, how I sound? Still sound cool? Everything still sound cool? But damn, man, that's crazy though. But you know what though? Hey, shit, man. Sometimes I guess shit. That's how I be, man. You know what I'm saying? The enemy, like somebody had said in the last one. I think it was Tony. Somebody said the enemy always trying to come against this game, man. Yeah, for real though. For real, for real, for real. Come on, hit the like button if you come in. Hit the like button. Y'all come in, hit the like button. Man, and my bad, man. I'm sorry, you know what I'm saying? I know this gonna be go up as part two. If you heard part one and the audio was choppy and it was fucked up, my bad. I didn't even know. You know what I'm saying? But we back to this game that we never left. You know what I'm saying? And we still gonna celebrate my Ace Boom Big Duke birthday and the memorial, but y'all gotta excuse me, you know what I'm saying? I know I'm fucking with the camera, I just wanna just get it right and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Okay, cool. That's what I wanna see. I don't really wanna see all the other shit. I wanna see the traffic, you know what I'm saying? Cause we outside, baby. Yeah, the game is outside. But so I'ma just start over. If you heard it on the first one, my apologies. You just have to just hear it again. You know what I'm saying? And if you didn't hear it on the first one, or if it did sound choppy, then that's even better. You dig what I'm saying? So let me take it to Genesis 1:1 in the beginning. Like I said on the last one. And I'm just gonna just start all over as if it wasn't. In the meantime and in between time, get your water, get your juice, get your drink, get your trees, get whatever you like. You know what I'm saying? Get you some fruit. If you're in the kitchen cooking, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you don't burn nothing up. You know what I'm saying? Happy holidays to everybody. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? Before I get started, once again, I ain't gonna even trip off the music, but I gotta do this though because I need this video to be right. Once again, shout out to my Ace Boom Big Duke, his kids, my nigga King Kamani, my my godson Kwani Mac, my goddaughter Kiki, I call her Tamale. Shout out to all my levels, you know what I'm saying, Southside moving with it. You know what I'm saying? The seniors, I can't forget y'all. And, all, our loved ones resting in peace. You know what I'm saying? My ace boom Duke, of course, my nigga Smurf. Smurf was my ace boom Big Duke. That was his brother. You know what I'm saying? Sticks, the homie Lil Boy, Crip Time, and Lil Sleepy. I know Nina last time came through and said Lil Sleepy, yes, Lil Sleepy. I can't forget him and Duke had a man, it was hell of a. And I know it's a whole lot more, you guys. It's a whole lot more, but I just want to just get them out there. And last but not least, shout out to my nigga Hot Rod. You know what I'm saying? That's sitting down right now. Keep your head up, cuzzo. Come on, get home. You know what I'm saying? That was my nigga Ace Boom, Big Duke. That was his little cousin. You know what I'm saying? And also I can't forget to Sparkle, Big Trouble Oak, Southside. You know what I'm saying? That's my Ace Boom. That's his wife. 22 years when my nigga passed away back in 2017. You know what I'm saying? One of the strongest couples, one of the strongest relationships I ever seen in my life. You dig what I'm saying? I got my cousin right now, my cousin Sean and Nicole. Him and his wife. They when I be talking sometimes with this game, man, you gotta just be talking to some of your friends and shit like that. That's in no regular relationships and like that. Sometimes you gotta just season them with some of this game to help them better through their relationship. And sometimes I've been needing couples I can refer to as you know as this and as that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I learned this, I learned that. You know what I'm saying? And definitely Duke and Sparkle was that couple that I will always refer to because not only that, not just the 22-year relationship that they had, and it was up and down, whatever, whatnot, you know what I'm saying? But solid though, 22 years though, you know what I'm saying? Two beautiful kids together. That's Kwani Mac and Kiki. And I learned so much being with them because I had stayed with them for so many years. But we'll get to all that. All that's gonna come on through. You know what I'm saying? Let me get this a little bit better right quick. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna leave it like that so I can focus in. Okay, it'll focus in whenever. But anyway, so yeah, man, good evening, everybody. Once again, my bad, you know what I'm saying? So let me start it up again, all right? So I had to just get that out the way. I wouldn't even feel right if I wouldn't have got them shout outs and got them and represent them names right there out the way. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, um, San Fernando Valley, Los Angeles County, in particular, a city called Van Nuys, at a school called Van Nuys High School. And like I said, at the time during the 90s, the LA Unified School District had kind of like came with this little program where they was busing a lot of LA kids out to the valley for basically like better education and so the inner schools wouldn't be so crowded. So instead of you just happen to go to the school by where in your address area, my bad y'all, I'm gonna give me 1 second, give me 1 second, man. That's my Okay, that's what I want right there. My bad, y'all. Yeah. So instead of you having to go to the school that was in your area, the inner schools was getting crowded, so they had the little program. So, bam. So we at school, right? Van Nuys High School. And first day of school, like I said, it's a bunch of little young misfits, a bunch of little young niggas, a bunch of little young crips and shit like that. And like I said, you had some that was from LA that was living in the valley at the time, and you had some that was actually from the valley that in the valley, and they were with it just as tough. You know what I'm saying? And by me and Duke being the only two out of that crew that we fuck with that stayed in LA, we would do more traveling out to there. So bam, so now we first day at school, whatever, no niggas. So the first week, let's get through the first week of school, niggas is on niggas, whatever, or not. So, everybody kind of like getting their crew together. So with my crew, it was these three, like I say, it was these three tall niggas. It was other tall and big niggas that stood there, but it was these three tall niggas that stood out, right? It's this nigga named Keith, then this other nigga, I ain't gonna even say his name, and then Duke, right? So, bam, now Keith was cool. No, Keith was a cool nigga, you know what I'm saying? We pushed up on it, and Keith was from, he was about the Swans. You know what I'm saying? Him and his little girlfriend sharing out, the little homegirl, whatever, whatnot. So, Keith was cool. So, and then the other nigga, he was such a buster and shit, you know what I'm saying? First, he was, he don't bang, but it's like, nigga, you got on khakis, you got on a sweatshirt, you got on, sometimes you wearing Chuck Taylor, sometimes you wearing certain colors. Like, what's up, my nigga, you know what I'm saying? Then he get to talking that, well, I don't bang. But then, when some people from more from the side that he's more comfortable with come around. Then it's like, oh, my people's is this, my relatives is that, and this and that, this and that. So we like, oh, you a buster, you know what I'm saying? Like, we 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 never beat up on busters. You did what I'm saying? Like that was just one of the thing. Like, we after the niggas who appear to look hard. You know what I'm saying? So when I say like even with Duke, like we talking about niggas like 6'3", no, 6'2", 6'3", 6'4" niggas, you know what I'm saying? Like tall basketball playing niggas, and Duke was one of them tall niggas, right? So, but check me out though. The difference about my Ace Boone was, man, dude was smooth, man. Like, man, tall nigga, like I say, dark skinned nigga, intimidating looking, but always had a bunch of bitches around him. Cause Duke came was one of the ones I got bust from, cause we didn't know him in junior high and shit like that. And Duke wasn't a type, like, he wasn't in like juvenile hall with us and camp and shit like that, right? So a lot of the bitches that he used to be around with at school, some of them he went to elementary with, some of them he went to junior high school with, and they would be around. And I'm talking like, man, like a flock of them, like, what I'm saying, at least 6 or 7. Like he hung with this one little crew of bitches and shit, right? So this particular day, niggas is on a hunt. We lurking. You know what I'm saying? We like, man, somebody was like, man, hey man, where that tall ass nigga from? Like, and Duke used to always have on this smooth ass Louis Vuitton leather coat. You dig what I'm saying? So, you gotta realize this is like September. So we going into October. So, the weather's getting cold. So Duke always had this, not always, but he used to wear this Louis Vuitton leather coat. You know what I'm saying? And, he walk real smooth. He talk real smooth. You know what I'm saying? And, just a smooth nigga with it, right? So this particular day, we looking for him, right? Check it out. So, hold on. Okay, I have to check it out. So yeah, so this day we looking for Duke, right? So we moving around the school, we looking for this nigga, we looking for this nigga. So bam, we find him in the lunch area, up under the lunch benches, right? With around a table full of bitches, right? All, I'm telling y'all, no exaggeration, this nigga had, it was all bitches at the motherfucking table, right? So we pushed up on him, right? So this nigga so tall, like I stood up on the bottom, the part where you sit on at the lunch bench, the part that you sit on, I had stood up on that to look down up on the nigga, right? So he looking up with that, right? So the homie Scooter, I pushed up on the Scooter's like, what's up, cuz? Where you from? And man, that nigga Duke, like I said, man, smooth, baby, man. That nigga was smooth, right? That nigga, old girl that was on the left side, he pushed her to the side real smooth and slow. Old girl that was to the right, pushed her to the side real smooth and slow. And that nigga stepped back, and that nigga looked at everybody. That nigga looked up at me, he looked at everybody. That nigga said, I'm from Eastside 23rd Street, local park. Bam, right? So I know y'all like, what? So Eastside 23rd Street local park. Let me say, okay, for those who's not from LA and don't know, I know you hear about now, or basically recently over the last up amount of years, the issues with the blacks and the essays. Okay, well, it wasn't always like that. You dig what I'm saying? Actually, still to the day, you have a lot of blacks and SA hoods that's intertwined with each other. Now, they may be two separate sides. The SAs fuck with the SAs and the blacks fuck with the blacks, but they bang the same thing, the same name. You dig? One may have a 13 in it, one probably got cripple blood in it, but they pretty much bang the same thing. But back then, you had a lot of blacks that was a part of Mexican gangs, a lot of SA gangs. And 23rd is over in this area in LA that we call the low bottoms. It's not East LA, it's east side of South Central. But it's what we call the low bottom areas, the 20s, the 30s, the 40s. And I think the 50s is included with that too, but I'm mainly speaking on the 20s and 30s. Right? So Local Park is one of the few gangs that in that area that had blacks from it. And they end up leaving that and spawning and you know what I'm saying, and starting something else, but we'll get to that. But at the particular time, They surrounded by the 20 Outlaw Bloods. You had the 30 Pound Rules. You had the 38th Street the 38th Street Mexicans, either 38th Street or 36th Street. Yeah, 38th Street. You had the Low Bottom Hustlers. Now the Low Bottom Hustlers is like another little black gang up over there, and they was pretty much cool with the local parks and in particularly the blacks that was from local park. So by Duke saying that, they kind of threw some of the other homies back a little bit because we wasn't expecting that. Niggas is expecting to hear Crip, something Paru, something Blood, something of that nature, right? So that nigga I don't know why I look blurry like that, but fuck it. So that nigga so I'm like, I look down at Duke, I'm like 23rd Street. I'm like, nigga, ain't that the Low Bottoms? Ain't that the 20s? I say, ain't y'all Bloods? And he like, nah, nigga. And you know what I'm saying? He like, nigga, he did like, like, fuck, woo. So he like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, he said, no, we Southsiders. He like, we Southsiders. He said, my hood, we black and Mexicans. So by him saying that, and not, because you got to realize the other two niggas we didn't came across, they from the other side. So we looking at these niggas like, oh, nigga, you got to be one too. So when we pushed up on him and he said that, we were like, oh, okay, cool. So now, by me knowing a little bit more about the Low Bottoms, well, I ain't gonna say I knew more about it. Let me not say that. I'm the one that spoke up on it at that particular time. So basically, that was the kickoff of me and my Ace Boone friendship. Because now, Duke hanging with the crew. Now he with us. You know what I'm saying? He with, me, Brown, Scooter, Lil Brown, Tank, Pookie, rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? And Sleepy and a few other niggas and shit, right? So now he with us, right? So, and my mom lived in the valley down the street from the school. So what I would do is that I would like leave school, and I leave school whenever I went to school. I would leave school, I would go to mom's house, and then from mom's house, my auntie, she stayed in, I would live with my auntie in LA, and she would come from work, pick me up, and we go to LA. So one day me and Duke chopping it up, and he like, hey, my nigga, where you stay at in the city? I'm like, oh man, I'm up over here on the west side over in West LA, like off of Fairfax and La Cienega over in that area. So he like, oh, okay, well, I'm like, where you stay at? He like, I stay over in the 5-9s, in the 5-9 Hoovers. So I'm like, oh, you from 5-9? He like, nah, nigga, I told you I'm from 23rd Street. I'm like, yeah, but y'all, you sure y'all not Bloods? He like, nah, nigga. So, we get over that hump, we real cool. So now, fast forward. So now, at this particular time, the crew, we get into criminal activity, right? So, can y'all hear me? Do my mic sound nice? My bad. My bad, y'all. Okay, there we go. My mic sound nice? Can y'all hear me? My water. I don't know if my chat, if this motherfucker stuck or what. But I'm assuming that I am. Proper, can you hear me? Tony. Nino, somebody tell me something. Okay, cool. Super. Thank you, Nino. Okay, so at this time, we into criminal activity, so we into the car thievery, right? Yeah, we stealing cars, nigga. We use a car thief. Tony use a car thief. So we into the car thieving thing, right? So nigga, we chipping up. Now chipping up, that means we had to get the flathead screwdriver, and where the stern column were on the left hand side, where you move the little leverage to adjust the stern wheel up and down. If you had the little circle part, we used to chip that off on the left hand side, break it off. And whatever, you know what I'm saying? And get in the car. Now, let me say this. Now, we didn't do the Kia Boy shit, man. No. We didn't get stolen cars and be driving, tearing up people's yards and reckless driving and all that shit. Like, we didn't do that. When we got G-Rides, like, nigga, we going to the homie's house on the other side of town, the homie's house over here, the homegirl house up over here. For the majority, we going to house parties. And like I say, most of the crew, everybody that I fucked with, they stayed in the valley. Me and Duke, the only two that stayed in LA. So I didn't I wasn't on the school bus program because I was riding with my auntie. So good looking. So Duke was asking me like, how do I be getting back to school? First, you like, what bus you be riding on? And I was like, I don't ride no bus. You know what I'm saying? Woo. So one day, we it was a house party going on in the valley. Oh man, I know house parties used to pop everywhere during this time. But man, let me just give a shout out to the valley, all the motherfucking house parties, even the ones that didn't end too well. You know what I'm saying? So Duke fucking, so I'm telling Duke, we in the city, right? So this particular, it's like a Friday, a Thursday or Friday, something like that, right? Like this when, we really locked in as homies, right? So Duke's like, what's up, cuz? You going out there to the valley? I'm like, yeah, woo woo. So like, how you getting out there? Like, nigga, I got a G. Like, you got a G? Like, yeah, nigga, I got a G ride. He was like, oh, no shit. I was like, yeah, I said, I'm gonna take it out there to the valley, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go to Brown House, and then I'm gonna go chip up another one, and then we gonna chip up some new ones, and we going to the party. He like, nigga, I wanna go. Like, you wanna go? Like, yeah. He's like, I'm gonna catch the bus over there to where you at. He was like, I'm gonna jump in the G with you. So I'm like, okay, cool, right? So bam, we come over there, bam, we jump in the G, we go to the valley. See, and during this whole time, see, Duke wasn't no driver. You did like he never really, Duke didn't really learn how to drive until like later on in life. So Duke always rode with me because, like I say, we were the two that stayed in LA at the time. You know what I'm saying? At the time, of course, we end up getting because we end up getting like more part of added to the crew down there in the city, whatever not. But at this particular time, most of everybody we was fucking with, we was out there in the valley. And the valley wasn't nothing but just a big old melting pot of niggas from everywhere. You had, you know what I'm saying? It was during that era. LA was getting crazy. Well, it's always been crazy, but the 90s, you had a lot of parents, and then you had got to realize the politics that played with it during that time too was George Bush being in the office and the credit. So there's a lot of people that was leaving LA going to the San Fernando Valley. Either they was going to the valley or they was going eastbound to like San Bernardino County and shit like that. That was trying to, move their kids up out the inner city, trying to get us. But man, no matter where you took niggas, man, we all niggas gonna find niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like the affiliate gonna find the affiliate. So this was my crew, right? So me and Duke, we start. He always would be riding with me in the G rides. You know what I'm saying? So, and at the time, the word road dog was like, man, was like the word. You know what I'm saying? And by me and Duke always being in G rides together, we always being, no matter where we went, it was me and Duke. So he became like my road dog. So, and then, I just kind of like just broke it down to my dog once the word had played out. So every now and then I'd be like, no, that's my dog, my dog, you know what I'm saying? He used to be like, yeah, that's my loc, you know what I'm saying? So man, we used to be out here in the valley, and then as time went on, we getting a little bit older, whatever or not. um, it would be times where, my nigga, and moms, you know what I'm saying, we get into it, whatever or not. You know how it is, man, but sometimes you get into it with moms and, you got to get away from moms, but, you go to the homie house or, whatever the case may, go to your cousin house and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? But moms know where you at, you know what I'm saying? So it was kind of like going through that times and shit like that. So at this particular moment, I forgot why I was out there in the valley at mom's, but I was out there in the valley with mom's. So Duke ended up coming out there and staying with me. And mom's for a minute out there in the valley. So that really like just tightened up our friendship and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Whatnot. So bam, fast forward, right? A little time go by. I go to juvenile hall, right? I go to the halls. I'm in the halls with one of his homeboys from his hood, right? But okay, so at this particular moment, the blacks that's from local park, they didn't got the politics is in now. So like the blacks that was from local park end up leaving local park. Well, not all of them, but the main core, and they end up starting Southside Fortray. Right now in LA, even though the 20s is north of the 40s in LA, but they put the South Side on it because they actually started in the 90s somewhere with some of their big homies and shit like that. That's from the East Side that end up starting up the South Side. But the core of the family, they was in the 20s on 23rd, Hooper, and that little area in the low bottoms in the mix of the shit, right? So now at this particular moment, Duke not pushing 23rd, but he not yet for Trey. You know what I'm saying? See, for the, you know what I'm saying? Let me just sneak it in real quick though. That's why I started the live at 4:30. Cause y'all know anybody who come in on my lives regularly, y'all know I usually start at 5, 6, sometimes 7. But I particularly started to today at 4:30 for my ace boom because that's his number. You know what I'm saying? Now I know it's the 4 trades in the 30s, but my nigga he loved that number 4:30. You dig? So that's why I started it at 4:30. So at the time though, Duke wasn't 4 trade. You know, he just, he's just a gangster. You know what I'm saying? He's just like, I'm just a gangster, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause we used to always tease him because he was the only one in the crew that wasn't a part, wasn't no Crip or wasn't no blood. Cause at this time, it's a few Damus that didn't join the crew. Oh man, we was cold, man. Yeah, man. Shout out to my crew out there in the valley, man. Shout out to the Yos, like man, my crew, we was like no other crew. And the good thing about that, my crew, man, that we had elders that seen all the potential in us, and they took our hands, and man, they guided us right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I done come up with a crew, man, where we backstabbed each other, we shot each other, we killed each other. Not now with the set, that's different. I'm not talking about the set. That's why I'm not saying the hood. I'm not saying the set. This is my crew. You know what I'm saying? It's this guy from here, this guy from there, this guy from there. But collectively, we stand together. And it was the homie that was actually from the valley that really kind of like came up with it. It was like, look, man, we all out here. I know y'all from LA, but we going to these house parties out here in the valley. You got these niggas, them niggas, them niggas, them niggas. He was like, man, we can't be going to these parties and you from here and you from there and you from there. And what if we come across a so and so? What if we come across a so and so? But my nigga, we came with you, and that's not our enemy. But we ain't gonna let them niggas just jump you or beat you or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? So we have to come collectively with something that we can all stand together, but still be our individual representatives of our sets. Bam, so we did that, right? So Duke was always kind of like, damn, 'cause my nigga used to talk to me, man. He used to be like, man, I'm thinking about getting put on 4 trade, man. I'm thinking about getting put on 4 trade. I don't know, cause so like I said, his brother Smurf was alive at the time, and Smurf, Smurf nickname is the Loke. Oh my God, man, Smurf. Man, rest in peace to that nigga too, man, because that nigga was the heart and soul of the South. You know what I'm saying? Like Smurf was like the man that was, and he was a little short nigga. That's why we called him Smurf. You know what I'm saying? Because he was a short nigga. You know what I'm saying? So now the name Duke come from his father is Butchie. Smurf name is little what scratch that. Father is Butch. Smurf, they used to call him Butchie. His other older brother name is Doc. So he went with Duke. You dig what I'm saying? Like Butchie, Doc Duke, right? So he started saying this thing. He's like, yeah, man, my name Duke. They start calling me Duke. We like Duke from where? And once again, he like, man, I'm just Duke, nigga. I'm a gangster, nigga. Duke, I'm a gangster. But in our own private conversations, cause like I say, once again, my nigga was staying with me off and on at the time and shit. And we back and forth from mom's house to my auntie house in LA. And then sometimes we staying at the homegirl house in the valley. Like, we just like, we, I guess nowadays they say getting off the porch, but man, we passed the porch, nigga. We in the streets. So, he used to tell me like, yeah, my nigga, I'm thinking about getting put on 4 trade, whatever, woo, right? So, fast forward, right? Bam, Duke got put on 4 trade. You know what I'm saying? So, man, hit the like button, man. Hit the like button, man. You know what I'm saying? Hit your water. You know what I'm saying? Hit your trees and hit the like button, man. Hit the like button in memory of my nigga Duke, man. Hit the like button. I'll tell you about this, right? So, Duke get put on 4 trade. My nigga get his tooth knocked out, right? In the front. Oh, man. Duke, I gotta get you, cuz I love you, my nigga, but I gotta get you, man. Hey, that nigga Duke hated that shit, right? Because he got the tooth knocked out while he getting put on 4 trade, right? So shortly after that, I go to the halls for, I forgot what I went for. But I went to the juvenile hall. I went to juvenile hall for some bullshit, right? Cause I'm like, at the time I'm like 16. I'm like, yeah, I'm like 16, right? So I go, but really I'll go back to the halls because I had just got out the halls just like a year before that. So I go back to the halls. Now I'm in the halls with one of Duke homeboys that's from the South, right? So we sitting down, we eating whatever. We like, yeah, I'm from Portrait Southside. Well, I'm like, oh, it's all right. I'm like, yeah, my nigga Duke from Southside. You like, oh yeah, I know Duke. He was like, yeah, you like, yeah, yeah, I chipped Cuz tooth when I put him on. And I said, oh no shit, you put him on. He like, yeah, yeah, yeah. So now, my bad, y'all. My bad, y'all. Come to find out, it was dude turned out to be all bad and shit like that. That's why I ain't gonna say his name. I know his real name and his hood name, but I ain't gonna say his name. Cause dude turned out to be bad. But anyway, he chipped my nigga tooth, right? So when I get out the halls a few weeks later, I catch up with my ace. Boom, right? I'm like, what's up, my nigga? He like, oh, what's up, fool? Right? I'm like, yeah, I was in jail with so and so. You like, I'm like, yeah, cuz he chipped your tooth. That nigga said, nigga, on 4 trade gangsters, nigga. I slept that nigga. He was like, nigga, the homie so and so's chipped my tooth and shit. So I'm like, oh, that's right. He like, yeah, woo. So bam. So he like, what's up, my nigga? You still fucking with the G Rods? I'm like, yeah, nigga. Woo, I'm going to this party. You know what I'm saying? Man, I gotta go out here with moms because now I'm on probation. You did. Now I gotta go. I gotta stay with moms. Gotta get the, you know what I'm saying? PO coming out and shit like that. Even though technically I'll still stay with my auntie, but I'm staying with moms too. So I'm like back and forth, right? But my ace boom right there, he with me back and forth. Um, so at this time, let me give a shout out to moms. You know what I'm saying? Shiny, I call my ace boom Duke his mom Shiny Poo. You know what I'm saying? Shiny trying to figure out like who is this nigga that my son is hanging with, right? She like, who is this nigga? So um I end up going up over there, meet Shiny, you know what I'm saying? Because once again, I had just got out. And we trying to go to the party in the valley and we gonna stay at mom's house. So I'm telling Shani, like, you're gonna stay with moms with us. So at the time, I don't know how the kids do it now, how y'all do it. I mean, but at the time, like moms had, if you say my son is going with you, little nigga, and you going to your mom's house, I need your mom number. Let me call your mom and make sure it's cool. So Shani and moms, they talk, whatever, you know what I'm saying? They become good friends, right? Off that one conversation. Right? So bam, so Duke in the valley with us. So we go to the valley, right? Oh man, we tear shit the fuck up. I can't get into details with everything. And those you know. But man, me and my ace boom, my road dog, my dog, like man, we tear shit the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? It's just because it wasn't just us. Okay, it wasn't just my crew. You had gangs that's from the valley that's getting into it with the crews that, you know what I'm saying? Because we wasn't the only crew that was like that. It was, yeah, these niggas, like I said, I ain't gonna give nobody no shine because they not that important. But you had a bunch of little crews out there. But you also had the gangs that's from the valley. I'm talking about Crips and Pyrus and Bloods that, was looking at the crews a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Trying to turn niggas out, this and that. But once again, like I say, collectively, we this crew. But individually, I'm from so and so. I'm from so and so. So it ain't like we didn't bang. Now that was one thing that was different about my crew compared to the other crews is that a lot of the other crews had niggas that was from the valley that really didn't bang nothing else. So the little crew that maybe so and so from so and so from so and so put together, they probably might have been 2 or 3 niggas that's really from sets, but they didn't acquire 10, 11 little niggas that's they from the valley. Turned up little niggas, squabblers, shooters, all that shit. But they from the valley. So the little crew is what they banged. That's what they was banging. They was banging that like niggas was banging their sets. So so now at the time, we all riding around, whatever, you know what I'm saying? We tearing shit up, you know what I'm saying? Me and my ace boom, we get into shit. Man, we hitting licks, we selling weed, we doing all kind of shit, right? So, now we back in the city, right? So, okay, now, with the thumbnail, the pictures, the reason why, and I had to put it back, I think I'm gonna just probably erase the first live, just delete it. But I know it's gonna say part 2. I'll probably change the title to this one too. But let me say about the thumbnails right quick. Okay, the picture on the right when my nigga got the tie and the suspenders on. That was at the repast of his in-law, his wife Sparkle, her mom Renee. You know what I'm saying? Renee was like an auntie to me, man. That man, let me. I know this is one of the lies, man. I know this is for my nigga Duke on his birthday, but throughout this thing, man, it's gonna be a few people that might get mentioned that's rest in peace. So this is really for all my loved ones that's resting in peace. You know what I'm saying? But Renee, that was Sparkle mom, man. Renee was with the shit, right? I remember the first time I met Renee, both our hairs is just alike. We both got the pigtails twisted down with the barrettes on them and shit. I mean, with the rubber bands at the end of them and shit. And she looking at me like, who is this nigga? And I'm looking like, I don't want no problems. You know what I'm saying? So Duke like, yeah, he like, yeah, that's my nigga Pooh. You know what I'm saying? Like I know, cause Pooh's one of the nicknames that my friends and family had gave me growing up. When my mom had gave it to me, her my aunt, my cousin, they just called me Princey Pooh when I was a kid. And then growing up, the homies call me Pooh. So bam, so me guys that my ace boom with that too, right? So he like, yeah, it's my nigga Pooh, like, yeah, what up, ooh. Like, okay, cool, right? So so now, that was that picture on the left hand side. The picture on the right hand side, now that's me behind him with the fingers. I couldn't get all the fingers squeezed up in there, but I was throwing a faux tray behind him. You know what I'm saying? Now, what's significant about that picture is that day, fast forward, we was at my auntie house. We was in the front yard. Now, in the front yard, because man, when I stayed with my auntie, when I was out there in the city, in LA, in West LA, man, my house was the kicking spot. Like, man, bitches, niggas, I'm talking about motherfuckers from all over the world came through there. And just on the, don't let it be like no event as far as like we barbecuing for the homie birthday, or we barbecuing for this, or you know what I'm saying? One of my loved ones was going to college. We threw a big old shindig for that. Like we just stayed throwing shindig. You know what I'm saying? Like my aunt, she was just, man, my aunt was like, and she my only aunt that's left. So she was like a big sister slash second mom slash auntie slash big homegirl. Like, man, she was like all of that shit. And she don't have no kids. So it's just like, you know, man, baby taught me how to raise pits, all that shit, right? So we out in the front, we chilling. This one night, we all just kicking it, just on some, particular, nothing particular, just some typical random shit, right? So, now at this time, my generation, a lot of the niggas in my generation at this time is starting to take on mafioso personas. You got a lot of Capones, Gottis. That was pretty much the main names. And Corleone, as a matter of fact, Duke was Corleone after Michael Corleone from The Godfather. Because now, the Godfather movie had been out, but this is the time, like I say, my generation is starting to get put up on The Godfather shit. Like, so we making that small transition from the typical LA street nigga gangbanging shit to more organized, uh on the grounds of like no mafia type shit. You know what I'm saying? But basically just organized. Because once again, the crew, we in the valley, we all from different places, and we had elders that make sure we banded together, and they make sure that they taught us things that'll keep the money. I mean, we like young niggas having bread. Like, I had to hide some of my shit. Me and Duke used to have to hide some of our clothes at the homie Tank house because we couldn't keep them shoe boxes in the closet and shit. Like, mom was like, nigga, where the fuck you getting all these shoes and clothes and shit from? So anyway, we out in the front, we chilling. It's like me. I don't remember who all was there, but I know for most likely, I'm pretty much for sure was. I know Lil Bro was there. My cousin Slim was there. Um, Lil Sleepy was still alive. He probably was there. I don't remember the random females that was there, but some of the homegirls around the neighborhood probably was there. Kimmy, Tanika, and all them, and whoever else that came through. Cause man, like I said, we just bitches stayed coming through all over. I mean, niggas who didn't even live there with me would have bitches coming through there. You know what I'm saying? Um, I ain't gonna even say that, but it's this one famous broad from Harlem, from 30s, man, and she's well known. Man, that bitch used to catch the bus from Yonders all the way over to the West LA to see my little brother. She was in love with that little nigga, man. And so, and Duke, This nigga Duke would have bitches coming from the valley all the way to LA. I'm like, damn, nigga, how you getting bitches come to the valley? Come see, man. And then don't even talk about when we go to the valley. Like I say, he was, my dog was definitely a ladies' man. Not a thought. My nigga, he wasn't no, he didn't, wasn't the type of nigga, he wasn't no sugar dicking nigga. You know what I'm saying? He didn't stick his dick into, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't that type of nigga. You know what I'm saying? He just was just a magnet to women of all sizes, all races, all height, all whatever. You know what I'm saying? He was just a real lady. Like, women felt protected. They felt comfortable. But more important, now my nigga, he wasn't just no tall for nothing ass nigga. Now, Duke, um, sometimes we call him GD too. So if I say GD, that's, anybody, from the Shy. Saying shout out to the 5 and the 6, whether it be here now or later. But when I say GD, sometimes we'll call him GD because his name was Gangsta Duke. Because at this time, he's from Fortray. He's from Southside Fortray. So we would call him GD for short. So if I slip and say that, then that's just what it is. So, but GD was just a ladies' man. You dig what I'm saying? But more important, he wasn't no, he wasn't no athlete. He could play basketball a little bit. He definitely had speed. You know what I'm saying? So he was more to like the football. But Duke was more of a sport spectator instead of a sport participator. You know what I'm saying? God damn it. My nigga, I just thought Duke, you must have said that too. He must have got in my head. Even when we would have football games and shit like that, man, Duke be on the sideline with the bitches. Man, my ace boom will be on the sideline with the women, man. So, he was real intelligent. He read a lot. So, my nigga just wasn't like no goofy. He just wasn't no tall for nothing ass nigga. He just wasn't no jock minded ass nigga. Like Duke was like one of the few homies that would read the newspaper back then. Like, we all playing music and rapping and talking shit and all this other shit. Man, this nigga be over there at the table or in a room somewhere, or he'll open up the newspaper on the floor, and he would just squat down. Like, he wouldn't even sit down on, like, Indian style. He would just squat down, and that nigga would read that motherfucking newspaper basically from front to back. And for the younger mental capable homies and shit, would crack jokes and like, oh, this nigga Duke, oh, nigga, you's a nerd, nigga, oh, this nigga Duke ain't no gangster, nigga, you know what I'm saying? But those of us who had some intelligence, we understood what the goodness that can be. And then once again, by me and him being up under each other from day and night, bro got me into reading. Okay, I started, because when I was in the halls, I read a little bit. So, and this is before I was old enough to go to the county to really start reading. So now I'm reading newspapers. I'm reading books. Man, my mom had a whole bookshelf full of, at the time, you know what I'm saying, people, moms and grannies and shit had bookshelves just, nigga, full of books. Man, bro will always be reading like novels. Man, even after he got married, him and Sparkle, like, they would basically have like book nights together. Like, even till the day of technology, the day of Google, man, my ace boom always will refer to a book. Even at the last place he lived at, shit, Renee, mom's, the in-law, she had a bookshelf just full of books. You dig? So he always be into that, but don't get it twisted. My nigga was a gangster. You know what I'm saying? Squabbling skills. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, this was during the time where a lot of niggas got shot. Because even my dog did, right? I'm gonna get to that. So bam. So back to the front yard with the picture, the significant of the picture. I ain't forgot. So we outside, whatever. Duke come outside and say, nigga, from now on, I'm gonna call you Luciano. Lucky Luciano. And I looked, I'm like, okay, like, what the fuck that got to do with anything? And we clowned him like Luciano, whatever. Duke was like, he said, nigga, I was just looking at this autobiography on Charles Lucky Luciano. And he said, man, he remind me so much of you, my nigga. He was like, everything that I seen this nigga Luciano was doing in his biography for us, like, it's putting the commission together, the shit that he did to make his way to put himself in position, how he brought people from all areas, from different races, you know what I'm saying? The Jews, the Italians, even some of the blacks together. He was like, my nigga, that's you. He was like, I don't know no other nigga. He's like, even when we go to the valley, my nigga, he was like, everybody know each other, but they all know you. He's like, even out here in the city, man. He's like, and he looked. He said, man, look at this out in front of us. He said, man, look what everybody from. It was like, I think my nigga Chill from Compton was out there, man. It was quite a few of us. He was like, man, I ain't never seen a nigga bring people from different areas, from different sides of life and shit like that together like you do, my nigga. You're like you. Then he was like, he's like, especially on some gangster shit. It's like, man, I ain't never hung. He's like, man, all I always ever hung around is my kind. He was like, fucking with you, my nigga. And he used to call me G Poo. He like, fucking with you, G Poo, my nigga. He was like, man, he's like, nigga, I done got learned how to do all kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? Then once again, like I said, we got the elders that's teaching us shit too. So it's a lot of shit that we getting taught that I'm not finna say on this live. But if you was there, you was there. And if you know, you know. You dig what I'm saying? So yeah, so I'm like, oh, okay. So then now we like, oh, okay. So little bro and everybody like, yeah, that is you, my nigga. Like that is you. And I'm thinking like, damn, Luciano, that do sound hard though. You know what I'm saying? And I knew about Charles Lucky Luciano, but I didn't know about him like I know about him now. You did? Because I'm like, this is my Ace Boom. And if for him to say that to me, knowing this nigga, I'm like, yeah, that's somebody I need to look into. So of course, I ended up looking into it, got the name. But that day, my little brother, man, that little nigga used to stay with a camera. You know what I'm saying? We used to be taking pictures everywhere of everything, right? So little bro had to be like, we didn't have the cell phones. That's an old picture. That's from a picture from like we had to get the film developed. I think I don't think it was a Polaroid. Then we had to get the film developed on that. So so little bro, you like, what you like, is that right? So we clapping and shit. We like, yeah, for sure. So I'm like, oh nigga, my nigga dude. So I stood behind him and I threw up the faux tray behind him. Even though I did it backwards. It looked like I'm throwing up 3-4, but I'm really throwing up faux tray. And he just turned to the side like, thank you. You know what I'm saying? So that picture always meant so much to me because still to this day, people call me Luciano. You know what I'm saying? Even shit, shout out to Sparkle once again. Big Trouble. Look, Sparkle called me Luch. A lot of the homegirls call me Luch. Luciano, Luch. You know what I'm saying? That's all. This is before the game. You know what I'm saying? All this is before the birth of Sepulveda the Prince. This is the nigga that me and my Ace Boom that we became before the game pulled me away. Because even with that, my Ace Boom, you know what I'm saying? Showed me some shit about that too, because even though my Ace wasn't actively into the game like that, he had some experiences, but more important, had been around elders that had experience and years into it. So for us, like as some of the ins and outs, he had a little bit more knowledge about it, even though he haven't had the action or the participation like I had. But he seen his, you know what I'm saying, his dog with me, you know what I'm saying, his boy, he seen me coming into the game, and he see me like, oh my nigga, like you really, this is really you. I'm like, I guess so, my nigga, you know what I'm saying? Cause like I say, hey man, like I say with this game, you don't just wake up one day and just say, hey, I'm finna just do it. No, it don't work like that. Sometimes you're gonna go through some shit. And then one day you're gonna look up and realize the shit that you went through, and then you at that point you're gonna say, it's on. Hide your hoes, bodyguard the bitch. Or you gonna say, man, fuck this shit, man. I'm going back to this. I'm going back to that. So, but at this particular time, my Ace Boom like, yeah, nigga, you know what I'm saying? You Luciano, we gonna call you Luciano. He's like, look, he's like, hey, G Poo. Like, what's up, my nigga? Hey, check this out, my nigga. Hey, I think you should, nigga, your name gonna be Luciano. Like, Luciano, nigga, what you mean, Luciano? Nigga, I ain't never seen nobody put nobody together like you. Like, that's how my nigga, you talking like that, like, real smooth. Like I say, man, my Ace Boom was real smooth. Real, just a real debonair with the shit, you know what I'm saying? But also a gangster. I guess you could say a gangster and a gentleman at the same time, right? So now, bam, I done got that, right? So now, everybody got names. Iceberg Slim, Slug Dillinger, Nino Duke the Third, Tay Tay Nitty. Like, we get Siegel, Lansky, Gotti, Capone. Hey, we get everybody. You get a name. You get a name. You get a name. Every we give Monique. What's up, your loved one? We giving everybody a name. Everybody got a mafioso name, right? So bam. So I'm Luciano. My ace boom. My dog. My road dog. My dog. That's Duke Corleone, right? So and then even though shout out to my nigga Lansky, that's my other ace boom too and shit that's alive. But this by my ace boom Duke though. This is my first ace boom. So now, mind y'all people, even though within the crew, it was people that I had knew longer. Um, but me and Duke just had that friendship that was just, we was like, matter of fact, we used to call each other Bo and Luke Duke. You know what I'm saying? I'm Bo Duke, he was Luke Duke. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm always driving. I was always driving. You know what I'm saying? So, motherfuckers used to call us Bo and Luke Duke. You know what I'm saying? And that was, that's my road dog. You dig what I'm saying? So now everybody got the names, you know what I'm saying? We elevating, you know what I'm saying? We advancing in our game. Niggas is getting a little bit older. And he had his first son, Kamani, you know what I'm saying, with the homegirl Pebbles and shit like that. And then, their situation go away. Then he met Sparkle. Now let me tell you about Sparkle now. Sparkle ain't my ace boom wife. Hey man, she not just the broad that's she representing this or she claiming that because of her nigga. No, please don't get it fucked up, nigga. Like Sparkle, like I keep saying it, Big Trouble Loc from Southside Fort Trey. Like Sparkle, like she's like one of the home girls, nigga. Like not just a hang along, a hang around or a tag along. Like she one of the home girls. You dig what I'm saying? So they start their relationship, whatever, whatnot. Then they had my nigga, my godson Kwani Mac, and then a few years later they have good looking out, Ray Gun. A few years later they had my goddaughter Kiki. I call her Tamale. You know what I'm saying? And so like I said, they relationship 22 years in the making, right? So fast forward, man, I end up going to jail, right? So matter of fact, I end up going to the pen. Well, hold on 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second. Let me hit my water. Hit the like button, man. Take you a sip. Take you a toke. You know what I'm saying? Check on the food. Make sure the food ain't burnt. You know what I'm saying? Taste the food. Make sure the food good. You know what I'm saying? But let me get back to this game that I never left, right? So I go to the pen. I go to the pen for a burner, some other little bullshit. So I go to the pen. No, scratch it. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to go to the pen. I had to do a year in the county jail for a burner. Got caught with the burner, so I'm in the county jail, right? So by the time I get up to jail, and I got out of contact with my ace boom for a few years. You know what I'm saying? Because he had moved around, and I got out of contact with him for a few years. So one day, little bro hit me up. Why some of them like, what's up? Ooh, like, man, where you been? Blah blah blah. I'm like, man, nigga just got out. But at the time I had been out for a minute. You know what I'm saying? For a cool minute. You know what I'm saying? Because I had got the rig on everything, right? So he say, have you talked to Duke? And I said, nah, I ain't talked to Duke. He said, you ain't talked to him since he got out the hospital? I said, nah, I didn't even know Duke was in the hospital before. What happened? He said, Duke got shot. I said, when did Duke get shot? That nigga said, when you talking about the first time or the second time? Man, I went crazy. I said, what? And at the time, my ace boom was staying in Compton. That's how I ended up going to Compton with my... No, scratch that. My bad. He was staying on the east side in the 6 Deuce East Coasters off of Broadway and Slauson on the street called Brentwood. I had a fucking... Man, oh my God. Brentwood got so much good times on Brentwood, but he was staying on Brentwood at the time. So, I'm like, nah, my nigga, I didn't know nothing about that. He was like, yeah, well, I was like, man, you got a number on that nigga? He was like, yeah, and at the time, people still had house phones. So, me and little bro, we chop it up for a minute with Bam. So I call my nigga. Bam, I go down there, man, because I was way up in Antelope Valley. Man, I packed up my shit, and I went down and see my ace boom, And man, we slapped fives, we hugged. It was a real emotional moment because I'm like, my nigga, I didn't even know. And in my mind, I'm thinking like, damn, bro, you could have died. Especially one of the shots really fucked my nigga lung up, and it affected my nigga for the rest of his life until his passing. But the first time he got shot in the foot by some of his enemies. Because once again, he gang banging now, so he got shot by some of his enemies. Actually, he got shot both times by some of his close enemies. You dig? But this particular time, it was a little bit more severe than the first time. So I was like, my nigga, I was like, man, that's it. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I'm asking him certain little questions, about the get back and this, just trying to get, even though at this time it had been a minute, my nigga was healthy and all that shit, and everything from there, but I didn't know because I was out of touch with him. That's why I say, man, stay in touch with your peoples. If you stay in touch, if you keep in touch, you ain't got to get in touch. You know what I'm saying? Because, every now and then, we got some loved ones that then got away. Niggas that move, don't let the bitch take them far yonder somewhere, or they moved way up over here somewhere like that, and they not in touch with us. But I do got some loved ones that have moved way yonder somewhere and moved to another galaxy and shit like that, and they stay in touch. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my cousin Slug. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm like, man, my nigga, what happened with that woo? So basically, long story short, I couldn't, it wasn't nothing I can really do about it. You know what I'm saying? As far as like as that goes, if it would have been anything else outside of the politics of his hood and his enemies, we there. It's, you know what I'm saying? Because once again, like I said, the crew, man, a lot of times we get into it with motherfuckers and we get into it with shit, and people we get into it with ain't got nothing to do with the gang issues. Like, this is about money. This is about respect. This is about you got me fucked up. Like, that's the type of shit we get into it with. Outside, like, the little house party squabbles and shit like that, but that wasn't really, I'm talking about, activity. I know what I'm saying? Like, real activity. You did, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn, cuz, we like, yeah, man, niggas, just put me up on game, let me know what was up. I'm like, okay, cool, right? So now we on Brentwood, right? So man, Brentwood was so motherfucking popping. Oh my god, Brentwood was, man, we had so much fun on Brentwood, man. It's too many of y'all to name. Y'all know who y'all is. I'ma just try to pick a few things out. But so we on Brentwood, right? We on the east side of LA, man. Smurf was still living. Like, man, Brentwood was jumping. You dig? So dude got a homegirl from his set called Little Chocolate, right? Dion, right? And so, and man, when I first seen her, man, nigga, I fell in love, right? But she was fucking with one of their homeboys at the time. He was like, nah, G. He's like, nah, P, can't fuck with her, man. Like, woo, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, what? Like, man, nah, she fuck with the homie. And I was like one of his, like, his niggas, you know what I'm saying? So, I respected that, you know what I'm saying? I never really pushed up on her like that, whatever, at the time. But now, me and Dion, every now and then, we'll get the clown to call it, you know what I'm saying? I'll call her, that's my Southside wife. She'll call me her hubby and shit like that. Every now and then, I'll threaten her, like, man, I'm finna file these divorce papers. But Little Chocolate, that was my heart right there, right? So, bam. Now, during this time, everything is active. You know what I'm saying? I forgot who they was into it with at the time, but niggas was like, man, it was a lot of shit jumping off, right? So, and I gotta throw this up in there too because this is a moment. Rest in peace to the homie Krypton. When I first met him, Krypton is from my nigga hood. He from his hood. But when I first met Krypton, me and him didn't like each other, right? I'm sitting on the porch, right? And at the time, like I said, we had the house phone, and nigga, the party line. Oh man, I stayed on the party line, nigga. I stayed knocking bitches off the party line, right? So I'm on the party line. Well, I think I'm on the phone with a broad that I met from the party line. Nigga, we had like the 100-foot cord. Yeah, was because I needed the cord to stretch all the way outside to where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? I don't need, you know what I'm saying? I need to be outside. So I'm on the phone, and they had like a little gathering, get together. I forgot what the purpose was, but they was getting together for something. But you know what? Actually, now that I think about it, it could have just been typical because when Duke and Sparkle like got together, like they place was the place where a lot of they associates would come fuck with them. You know what I'm saying? A lot of they homeboys and homegirls would come to their house. So it could have just been a typical day that motherfuckers was just coming over there, especially like the South Side, you know what I'm saying? The South Side trades. So Krypton looking at me and I'm looking at him. So he like, what's up, cuz? I'm like, I'm like, what's up, cuz? You talking to me? He like, yeah, he like, where you from? I tell the bitch on the phone, well, I'm like, I'm gonna call you back. I hung up the phone, I jumped, I'm like, I'm from Grape Street Wise, nigga. He like, nigga, Southside 4 Trace. Hey man, my ace boom at that moment, that nigga came flying out the door. Cause he was in the house. That nigga came flying down the door. That nigga jumped over all them stairs and went up to Krypton. He was like, nigga, not this one. Not my dog. He was like, man, that's my ace boom right there. Like, not that nigga right there. You know what I'm saying? He was like, ain't none of that finna happen. You know what I'm saying? Because we always had a funny relationship with the four trades. Like, we not really, like, even to, like, right now, it's like, like, we ain't really, you know what I'm saying? Because of other politics and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Who they side with. It's just a whole bunch of little shit. But at this particular moment, it wasn't, it was I. It was I with him. You dig what I'm saying? So it wasn't like no beef like that, but we definitely don't hang and party together, right? So but fast forward, man, like I say, if it was issues like that, I wouldn't even mention the nigga Krypton. But man, shout out to that I mean, rest in peace to Krypton, because after we got over that little hump, man, Krypton, man, that became my nigga. And what's crazy is that Krypton and my little brother, when they met each other, because a lot of motherfuckers used to see him and ask him where he at. He be like, man, where that nigga Baby Duke at? He be like, I am Duke. I am Baby Duke. You know what I'm saying? They be like, oh, man, where that nigga? Yeah, ask Pooh, hey, Pooh, where that nigga Pooh at? Like, I am Pooh, man. You talking about my little brother. So, but him and Krypton, they had, man, them niggas out the gate was like, you know what I'm saying? All this was all surrounded about getting some money. Let me just say that, man. Niggas wasn't just hanging. Where like Krypton had a cool operation going on. I end up plugging up with that nigga. End up passing the operation, getting my baby mama involved with it. It was something right up her alley. It wasn't really up my alley, but it was right up her alley. Now my ace boom, he always was the. See, this is the difference between me and my ace boom, right? I have no patience, right? Like if it's not a concern or if it's not an interest in that order, I have no patience really. You did, and which is crazy because dealing with the game. Look, man, you gotta have patience. So I have patience for, but I had to learn the patience with the game. But this is different. So, but my ace boom, man, that nigga was born. I don't know if that nigga just got some type of patience package in him that just refills his body over and over. But that nigga is the most patient motherfucker in the world, man. So, dude, we still had this thing called the whoop, right? So, little money thing, little paper money thing going on like that. Doing I ain't gonna say too much, but during that time, it was a lot of transactions with the paper money getting turned into cash money, and or you did things where you went and bought things and returned them and get the cash. So it was that type of operation. So, at the time, I don't even want to tell y'all what I was doing, but it wasn't the game. I wasn't selling dope. I ain't gonna even tell y'all what I was doing, but let's just say if you know about the movie Heat, you already know what's up, right? So I'm into that, right? And my ace boom Duke, he's into that. But when I'm not doing that, me and my ace boom, he would tell me, hey, my nigga, I want you to know, I'm gonna need a driver today. They'll get certain drivers to. I mean, I'm talking about we motherfuckers is driving like 6, 7, 8 hours a day, because you gotta go to this store, go to that store, go to this city, go to that city. And you don't want to go from one city to, like, you don't want to do something in Washington, go to Compton and try to do something, like, you know what I'm saying? If you do something in Compton, you want to go way out to Pomona. From Pomona, you want to go way out to Riverside. From Riverside, you want to go to Victorville. From Victorville, you want to go to Enloe Valley. From Enloe Valley, you want to go down to the San Fernando Valley. From San Fernando Valley, you want to go up to Ventura. Like each destination is least which is at least an hour, maybe two, depends on the traffic, drive time just by itself. You know what I'm saying? So, and plus the get down, and then after the get down, you know, you got to continue on to the next mission. So that was my ace boom thing, and that's what him and Krypton had, you know what I'm saying, kind of like got involved with each other, whatever not. we used to all used to be around each other, used to be hanging out and shit like that, right? So like I said, but when we first met each other, it wasn't cool like that. So bam, so now we passed all that, right? So now, um, so we on Brentwood still, right? So now my nigga starting to drive a little bit, right? And man, they had this clean ass Nova, man. Man, Duke and Sparkle had this motherfucking Nova was so clean and fast in the motherfucker. He tore that up, right? Like, damn, my nigga, like, you know what I'm saying? So once again, I used to tell like my nigga, you Luke Duke. I'm Bo Duke, but we older now. You know, my nigga got his family, so you know he had to start driving a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because let's go. Let me go back a little bit, right? Because he Duke did try to drive a little bit with the G rides, and by him not being a driver and not knowing the freeways to get from the valley to LA, because he had to get back to one night. He had to get back to LA for something. I forgot what it was, but he had to go back, and I couldn't go back because I forgot what I had to do too. But I couldn't take him home because at the time I was in the valley and I had to stay at mom's house. But this particular night, we was like all out together. You know what I'm saying? We went to like a little party or shindig or something, and Duke had to get back to the house. So we had a G ride that we had been had for a while, but we had it tucked away. So I'm telling him like, look, my nigga, you know, you take this freeway, take this freeway to this freeway, go this way. You're gonna see this, you're gonna see that. Then go this way, cause it's like, you know, like a couple of freeways he had to take, and then you know you're gonna start seeing the streets. Man, this nigga went a whole totally different direction. Ended up going to jail, got pulled over by the police, just all kind of crazy shit, right? So, man, so I knew then, like my nigga, you can't, like, you gotta learn how to drive, bro. Like, you gotta learn how to drive, my nigga. You was like, nah, people, my nigga, you my nigga, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Fuck all this shit. So, fast forward back to, at that time, the present. He tell the we on Brentwood, and one thing I remember, it's just so much fun we had on Brentwood. I can't even put my mind together about a lot of the shit because it was just that much shit that I don't even know where to begin. But let me say this one thing though. I remember when the Lakers was playing. I don't know if we was playing Portland or we was playing the Kings, but it was in the playoffs. And this when Robert Horry hit that big old shot at the from the 3-point line at the end of the game. Man, when I tell you the whole street, everybody came running out the house screaming when he hit that shot. Man, we all went crazy. Me and my ace boo, nigga, we ran outside like, yes, 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 yes. Man, that shit was, it was just crazy to see. I mean, I'm talking about people you never seen outside. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ran outside, was screaming. Man, that shit was so crazy. So, like I said, it was so much times we had on Brentwood. Oh, thank you, gang. Let me say this, right? So me and Sparkle, his wife, right? Nigga, we fools and shit, right? Like we like that's like that, man, that's like a sister to me, right? Man, we used to get up, everybody would get up early in the morning, right? Sparkle get up early in the morning. And no, Sparkle will go to work. Um we'll put Quan on the school bus. And Kiki at the time, Tamati was still a little girl, so she would stay at home with us. But she, even at 2, 3 years old, Tamati was trying to go to school. There, hey, my ace boom. Let me say this right quick. My ace boom used to have to walk her around. He used to have to walk her around the corner, act like he taking her to school and shit like that because she used to be at the pad having a fit about wanting to go to school. So, but early in the morning though, right? We get up, everybody getting up, whatever or not, and you know, once where everybody get out the house, me and Duke, you know, we'll start our mission. And me and Sparkle used to have the song we used to say, I used to play, like I used to beat on the wall and shit like boom, boom, out, boom, boom. And then Sparkle used to be like, we need one. And I used to be like, is a switch a sweet? She'd be like, we need one. We be talking about the trees and shit like that, man. Like every morning, like that was like the normal program. You know what I'm saying? Get up, everybody get up, get the kids out to school. And one thing about my age boy, let me say this too. Beautiful father, man. Like I say, I learned so much with my nigga. Like I learned how to even be a father before I was a father. Fucking with my nigga. Hey, check this out, man. I don't give a fuck what we was doing, where we was at. Duke main thing was I got to get Quantity off the bus at 2 o'clock. I gotta get Quantity off the bus at 3 o'clock. I don't give a fuck if we going to Pluto, if we finna go to Saturn. I gotta get Quantity off the bus at 3 o'clock. His dedication to Quantity, um, day in and day out, regardless of what else was going on. Like in the long run, I seen the fruit from that root. You dig what I'm saying? And I'm talking not, every now and then, not, once a week. No, I'm talking day in and night out. Cause once again, like I say, Sparkle would get up, go to work, be going all day, come home, you know what I'm saying? And, and we'll do her. But me and Duke will be there, like, all the time and shit like that. So we'll get Quantity, and sometimes they shit, man, I don't give a fuck what we was doing. We'll double back, get Quantity off the bus, and then we'll slide back out to whatever else we was doing. You dig what I'm saying? And as far as like as Kiki used to like be with the cousins and shit like that. But yeah, but even as she started going to school, even always was there and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So even for us, like now, not just the game. Like I say, man, my dude was just a beautiful person, man. Like my nigga was a beautiful person. His soul, his heart, his loyalty was like, man, is a mother. Like his loyalty to his friends, his loyalty to his family, his loyalty to everything, just his whole gangsterism about him. You know what I'm saying? Even when my nigga was Seawalk, like he would be so smooth with the corduroy house shoes and Levi's starched up with the t-shirt. You know what I'm saying? And Duke, he didn't do the bandanas a lot. Like every now and then, like on trade day when they had they function and shit for they hood, he'll get a little bit, a little bit extra cripped out with it. But from day to day, typical, just dressed like a smooth gangster. No, definitely not no typical gangster, but definitely a smooth gangster, but not with the extras. Like, he wasn't, just, like I said, his look, his height, the braids, or whether it's the jerry curl or the braids, it will make other niggas like, man, where that nigga from? You know what I'm saying? But outside of that, once you talk to him or once you really, get to know him, like you don't even really be tripping like that. You said, oh, the homie ain't even really tripping like that. Unless it was mandatory business. Yeah, don't get my nigga fucked up. If it was mandatory business, my ace boom know how to handle his business. So I'm gonna just say that. You dig what I'm saying? But as far as like as day to day, night to night, and just one of them wild niggas like that, you know what I'm saying, representing the east side / south. Nah, he wasn't like that. You know what I'm saying? So fast forward, right? So we all like now at the time I'm in West LA, everybody up over there with us, you know what I'm saying? We going up the street to the homegirl house at the apartments in the alley. For sure. And so we hanging at the homegirl Calencia house and everything just going cool, whatever or not. And fast forward, like I say, so my bad. So from Brentwood, it was so much, man, I can't even let me get off of Brentwood because man, I keep going on and on from Brentwood. So from Brentwood, um for a minute, my nigga was on the south over in the Swans for a minute. That's when the in-law Renee was still living and shit like that. But from there, the major spot that we really went to was Compton. Oh, man. Now, when we went to Compton, and I went to stay with my nigga in Compton, like, man, look, being up over there, I used to tell my nigga all the time, like, and I see why these Compton niggas, why they love their city like that. Like, these niggas be out here having a ball. You know what I'm saying? Now, at the time, I'm just getting into the game. I'm really starting to really make a push to the game. Actually, to be truthful with y'all, that's one of the reasons why I think I end up going to go stay with my ace boom in Compton because the students that I had at the time, they was all LA bound. You know what I'm saying? I think I had Princess and Duchess and Mija stayed off the 105 freeway over in the off of Lakewood Boulevard. So all that wasn't too far from my ace boom. So that's how I really ended up start going there because this is my first real wave into the game. You know what I'm saying? I had a few of them, lost a few of them. Hollered at some of my mentors. They told me, you know what I'm saying, nigga, learn the game. Then that way when you get the bitch, you know what to do with the bitch. You know what I'm saying? Instead of having the bitch and not to know what to do with the game, not to know what to do with her, because you don't have the game. So I done passed all that. I done passed all that up, right? So I'm trying to the name thing is coming around, right? So I'm still running, I'm Luciano. You know what I'm saying? My ex boom told me, he was like, He was like, nah, my nigga. He's like this. He's like, okay, my nigga, I see you. You like, you pimping. You got your shit going on. You know, I said, okay, okay. So he see me like, I'm gradually growing, right? So he said, nigga, what's your P name? And I'm like, nigga, Luciano, nigga. He was like, nah, my nigga. He was like, man, you making the transition from one world to the next world. He was like, man, you don't want to have the name that come with the gangster shit in you. He's like, man, you don't really want to transfer that over to the pimp game. He was like, man, pimping is way different. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was raised around that shit. I already know what's up. You know what I'm saying? He was like, pimping. He said, man, you got to get you a name that fit you, fit your character. He's like, just how we came with Luciano for you because that fit the character of you. He was like, man, you got to get a name that's for you. So, and I never really came with a name for us like as an adjective on a certain description of me. So I just ran with, what I'm saying, the nicknames that I know and shit. My son named Prince. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, fuck, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, shit, man. Shit, Puluciano, Princey Poo, nigga, Prince the Pimp. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Then from there, it kind of like grew, what I'm saying, up to Sepulveda. But my Ace Boom was the one that gave me that game, though. Like, you don't want to make the transition. So that's why sometimes, man, when I come across, the younger P's and shit like that, or, really, really the younger P's, they'll have a name that's attached to their hood. And it depends on how the game is having me feel that person at the time. So I didn't, because it's been a few times I've told young people like, look, P, I know, you got the girl, blah 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 blah. But look, my nigga, your name, and just kind of like give him the same game that my Ace Boom had gave me. You dig what I'm saying? So yeah, so he even with that, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, he was, wasn't no participator. He was just, a learner. You know what I'm saying? Like everything my Ace Boom did, everywhere he was around, he just learned. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, he was the dedicated to his family, dedicated to his loved ones, dedicated to his hood, like until his ending days, right? So, um, let me bring it around to that though, right? So, hold on one second, y'all. So, all right, look, it's like 2015, October 22nd, 2015, on my birthday, my mom passed. My Ace Boom passed in 2017, like May, right? Like towards the end of May. So, mind y'all, I'm still fucked up behind my mom passing in October of 2015. So by June of 2016, I had pretty much everything that I had got up out of mom's spot to take out there to my auntie out there in the valley. I mean in Vegas. Got that out the way. My kids and they mom end up taking over the spot, the condo that me and mom's had. Well, it was really mom's shit, but I would be there, you know what I'm saying? But that was her shit. So they end up taking over that and they still there to this day. Because the person who owned the condo and shit like that, they was like real cool, you know what I'm saying? Rob and Janice, they was real cool. So anyway, so they got that. So now at this particular time, me and the two students that I had at the time, we was making a move to Vegas because I just wanted to just get up out of LA. Man, it was just crazy at the time, losing moms and shit like that. And it was just crazy. So it's now, at this particular time, it's like July, August 2016, right? So, bam. Now let's go back to January, February 2016. Um, I had went down there and ended up getting like the Cadillac and shit like that because I was over at Little Bros too and shit like that for a minute. And this is during the time like during this the Super Bowl when I think Peyton Manning played against Cam Newton. So it was raining. It was just a lot of shit going on, man. It rained a lot. Man, little bro ended up fucking his knee up at that time and shit like that. It was just a whole lot of shit going on, man. I had lost the car. I had to get another car. It was fun, but it was a lot of shit going on. So I go to my Ace Boom house, right? So mind you, I had just seen him shortly after my mom's funeral, which was at the beginning of November of 2015. I had just seen him like November, December 2015. So when I'm seeing him at the beginning of 2016, I noticed a cough that he's been having since the last time I seen him in 2015, right? And mind you, my nigga, he didn't smoke cigarettes. He wasn't no big drinker. You know, he'll sip a little brown every now and then. You know what I'm saying? My little brother plugged him up on that 1738. That was his little thing. That, and every now and then, he would drink some Christian Brothers and Dr. Pepper. But that was, every now and then, occasionally. Before it's like as smoking, like no, that wasn't Duke Day, but he smoked a lot. He smoked a lot of weed. You know what I'm saying? We used to call him Duke Smoke a lot, right? So my nigga got this cough. I'm like, cuz, like, nah, nigga, what's up with that cough, my nigga? Like, nigga, that cough, this shit been kind of like lingering since last year, nigga, and that ain't like my ace boom. So he laughed. He say, "Oh, that's crazy, man." He said, "The girl, what you talking about, Sparkle, his wife?" He was like, "The girl was saying the same thing, man." He said, "That's crazy. You said that, G Poo." He was like, "Because she made an appointment for me to go get a shit. They like might be just like some mucus or some shit like that." So I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool, right, bam." So, bam, I hear that. So now we go March, April, May, June, July. During that time, 2016, during them months, I'm getting the spot situated. I'm going through the shit, mom shit like that. So bam, get the crew together. We getting ready to make this move out here to Vegas. So this is like July. I think it was like in July. It was either the end of July or the beginning of August 2016. Man, this is crazy, right? Check this shit out, y'all. I'm just happened to be in LA. It was me and the little student I had with me at the time. The other one that we had, she was already in Vegas at her mama house. So me and baby, we sliding, and this particular day, we making our last little tie-ins. We tying up the last loose ends in LA before we hit the road and go to Vegas. We finna move to Vegas. Know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? Everything is ready to go. The spot, the bread, everything's ready to go, right? So we just sliding around, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Gathering a little shit, whatever, you know what I'm saying? She sent her goodbyes. I said my goodbyes. So my ace boom was the last one that day. I was just happened to be, we killing time really because this LA traffic is a motherfucker. So we really killing time for this LA traffic to die down. So something just said, man, let me just slide up over here to my ace boom because I forgot. That's right. A few nights before that, I did go by to his house because he was selling trees, and I went by because I was down on Figueroa. So, and he stayed like a block or two away from Fig. He stayed between Vermont and Hoover. So, I slide up over to him. I hit him up, start him up over there late night. Go up over there, grab a little trees, kick it, chop it up for a minute. And I tell him like, yeah, well, like, yeah. I didn't tell him that I was finna move to Vegas at that time. I think I was just like, yeah, I got the bitches down up on Fig, blah blah. They down in the 60s. Woo woo. I don't sound like Pep in the 90s. What I'm saying, I think Loso down in the 60s, whatever the case gonna be, whatever, right? So he didn't tell me that night. It just happened to be like a few nights later, a few days later. I just happened to be riding through the city, killing time, and I said, let me go holler at my ace boom right quick. Tell my dog I'm finna bounce to go ahead to the Vegas. So I slid up on cuz just like on some buck shit. And I'm telling him, I'm like, yeah, woo. I'm like, yeah, I'm about to go to Vegas, man. He's like, you about to go out there now? Like, yeah, I'm finna go out there right now, my nigga. Woo woo. Oh, my dad didn't even know you was leaving going out there. I'm like, yeah, man. I was like, oh man, I didn't tell you that thing. Like, nah. I said, yeah, man. I'm telling him about the spot and tell him what's going on up in at the the spot with the kids. I'm like, yeah, man, no, the kids. I'm gonna let them and their mama just had a spot. Blah 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 blah. Man, my ace boom looked at me and said, my nigga, I got it. I said, you got it. He said, look, man. He said, he said, I went to the doctor. He said, no, it's been a few months since I seen you. He said, but I went. He said, at first, man, they was trying to see if it was just like some mucus in my lungs. He said, it looked like it was like a ball of mucus or something like that. He was like, but, he said, so I had to go back. He said, I just found out last week, man. He's like, man, I got cancer. I said, what? Man, blew my motherfucking wig. Man, fuck back, man. It blew my wig off. I'm like, for real, a nigga? He was like, yeah, man. He was like, I got cancer on my lungs and shit like that. He was like, look, man, my first chemo appointment is in 2 weeks. He was like, I was gonna get at you to see if you can take me. He was like, Spark gonna be at work. He was like, you know, my nigga, I ain't really trying to fuck with nobody else like that. Like, damn, cuz, why you didn't say nothing the other night? He was like, nigga, you called me, nigga, it was 2 o'clock in the morning, nigga. It's like, nigga, I was half asleep. Nigga said, you lucky you woke me up, nigga, for the weed. I'm like, yeah, all right, for sure, I hear you. Um, I said, look, check this out, my nigga. I'ma go, I'ma get them settled into the new spot. I said, give me a couple of days, and I'm coming back. I said, when I come back, I'm gonna be here so I can be here already to take you to the appointment. I got you, cuz. Don't even trip. He like, okay, for sure. Um, he said, man, he was like, yeah, man, cause Spark been on my head, man. She been telling me, to ask you, to ask you, to ask you. Like, and I just been like, really kind of like forgetting. He said, man, I really didn't want to talk about it. Like, I said, no, say less, my nigga. You gotta, I got you, cuz. I got you. Don't even trip, my nigga. I got you, like, for sure, for sure. So I leave, get the girl settled in Vegas, get them going, get a nice cool little program going, got them going cool, right? I come back to LA, man, I didn't leave my nigga's side until the day he passed. Really a few days before that because I was with him when he went to the hospital on the average doctor visit. And then from there, they end up keeping him. And it just went crazy from there, man. My nigga ended up passing in Kaiser down there and shit like that. But from August of 2016 all the way until May of 2017, man, I was by my nigga's side every motherfucking day, man. Like on some real, I watched my dog go from one of the smartest, intelligent, smoothest gangster ladies, man, I ever met in my life to damn near being a vegetable. You did, and it fucked me up because it's fucking me up now. But it fucked me up real bad because it's like damn, my nigga, like how you? You know what I'm saying? Like, how is it you? Because nigga, you don't do this, you don't do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? At the time, nigga, I'm smoking Newports, and we you know what, my whole crew, we never really been big drinkers. You know what I'm saying? Straight up and down, either we smoked weed, and some of the homies they just smoked Sherman. Like we never been like no cocaine sniffers, none of that shit. Either some of my niggas they smoked that Sherm, and woo, when they got off that water, them niggas is something else. But the rest of us smoke weed, so it's like it was kind of like I didn't quite understand it to the full capacity at the time. I'm like, how? And it was just few theories here and there. I know he was basically telling me that it runs in his family pretty deep. I think Big Butch passed from cancer. I think my ex boom had an auntie on both sides. Either he had an auntie on dad's side that passed away from cancer, and one that was living on mom's side that had cancer at the time, or vice versa. But it was something that ran pretty strong on both sides of his family. So it could have been genetic. I don't think I ever really found out uh the actual cause of it. You know what I'm saying? Even and shit, him, the kids, and Spark, they went out there to Arizona to the cancer community thing, to see what's up. But I think at that point, I think by then, I think my ace boom was just like fuck it, you know what I'm saying? Because I was gonna take him back because he went for a trial to see if he like it. They kind of like let him know, okay, if you stay here on grounds, you can have one person stay with you for this amount of time, or we can no, he was saying a person can stay with you on ground, only one person can stay with you on ground, but no, of course, no smoking and shit like that. Or there was like we can pay for a motel for both of y'all, and you can be an outpatient. He was like, but the motel, I think it was only for like a few weeks or something like that. So and I told my nigga, we going. You know what I'm saying? Like, my nigga, I got you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm gonna tell y'all something. Just to be honest with y'all, man, I end up really the girls out there in Vegas, that really kind of like was like the beginning of the ending with that situation with them, because I couldn't be there day in and day out. And man, that was fucking me up, because you know how this game goes. It's like, damn man, no, they out there. But this is my dog though. This is my ace. Boom. This is like literally my best friend. And this is the worst condition a person can really be in life. You dig what I'm saying? Outside of just being dead. You dig? So it was kind of like a easy choice, but it wasn't an easy choice. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, so I know the girls, I mean, even still to this day, we still cool with everyone, and they understood and they understand, because they know the relationship that me and my dog had. They know that's my ace. Boom. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a few of us, man. Like, with this game, let me just say this, with this game, you don't let this bitch talk to nobody else. When I go to my partner's houses, when I go to my kid folks' houses, that's, in the game, like, I don't talk to they bitch. Like, it's very bare minimum, because with this game, it's this bullshit. A lot of motherfuckers believe once the pimping begin, the friendship end, and all. And I understand that if you just being random with it, but man, me and my partners, like, these my partners, like my real partners. If I'm driving down Fig, if I'm driving down Sepulveda, if I'm driving down Western, if I'm driving down Long Beach Boulevard, and I see my partner's bitch in trouble, I'ma help her. You dig? But Duke was that one homie that we all let the main bitch at the time know. If anything happened to me, if anything go crazy over here on Fig, whatever, come to Duke's. Call Duke. Come over here to Duke. You know what I'm saying? When we come up, we pull up, she don't speak to no other nigga out there. But you speak to Duke. You speak to Duke and you speak to Sparkle. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else won't give a fuck about. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how significant of a friend he was to us. And he still is. You know what I'm saying? Even in spirit, still is. You know what I'm saying? But we pimping. Me, little bro, little cousin, my nigga, this nigga, that we every day, every night, we out there. But he was the friend that, like, hey bitch, don't call my little brother. Don't call my partner Max so and so. Don't call Pippin so and so. Call Duke. And all of us had the same message. You dig what I'm saying? Because we knew that was our loved one, and he knew that he was gonna make sure that the bitch was cool and was okay until whatever further information come out about us, whether we in jail, whether we got into it with some niggas, or what I'm saying, we just right now we can't move from where we from, you know what I'm saying, because the police is hot. Whatever the fuck the case was. You dig what I'm saying? They all of them, you know what I'm saying? Well, not all of them, the ones that matter knew get in touch with Duke. So that's how close and tight my nigga was. So to see my nigga to go from that to what had happened, it really fucked me up. But I knew I was making the right choice, because who else was gonna do it? Couldn't nobody else do it. Even moms would come through from time to time. Sister would come through from time to time. Brothers come to. Oh, I forgot. Rest in peace to Moon too. That's my nigga. One of his sisters. That's his sister. Well, one of his sisters, Moon, passed away. That was my heart too. Moon, that was my little dog right there. You know what I'm saying? So everybody would come through, but couldn't nobody be there day in and night out to make sure my nigga was okay, make sure that he ate something, make sure he got to his appointments, make sure, don't let him sleep too long and shit like that, because like I say, no wifey at work, the kids is at school. You dig what I'm saying? Everybody else had their own relationship and own household they had to attend to. Man, nigga, it's a good thing, nigga, that his ace boom, nigga, that I'm this motherfucking pimping. Because if I would have been caught up in any other type of situation, I wouldn't have been able to be there for my ace boom. You dig what I'm saying? But for the fact that, nigga, you know what I'm saying, I can send them out of town and send them on their way and let them do their thing, and I can be here with my ace boom, that's what it was. That's why I say, man, it's always to have have a friend that's a pimp. Especially if he got this game, man. I ain't talking about no nigga that's doing some other shit, some mix it to fix it, and all the not, as far as like at the street go wise, I ain't talking far like as game making the transition from the streets to something legal. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about niggas that's selling dope and all this other shit. I'm talking about the representation of an informative representer of this game. It's good to get you one. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, but my nigga passed away in May 2017, and the funeral, man, my nigga's service was beautiful. Man, it was beautiful, man. We had it because see, my ace Boone was raised in a Jehovah Witness doctrine. So, but he never pushed that on nobody. Like his wife was not Jehovah. We know the kids not they Christian. So they celebrate Christmas, whatever the case. No, like no the average average people. You know what I'm saying? But my ace Boone, when it come down to the Jehovah Witnesses holidays, he would just leave and go with moms, sister and the family with them. But he never pushed that on his family, his wife and kids, whatever or not. And honestly, I don't even think trouble would even was even going for that shit. You know what I'm saying? Um, so damn, what was that? Shit, dude, you got me fucked. You fucking me up, cuz. Yeah, good looking out, J Mill. For sure, I forgot where I was at with it, but yeah, my nigga though. So okay, so he raised Jehovah Witness, and they raised Christian, whatever, whatnot. So certain little holidays he would do his thing, and then so when it come time for him at his passing, for his service, we didn't want to get we didn't want to have the Christian, because now the Christian people, you know what I'm saying, and the non-doctrines is, the folk trades, the seniors, the friends, you know what I'm saying, basically all the friends, you know what I'm saying, and family that's not Jehovah. But then you have, even though it's not a lot of Jehovah Witness, the ones that are Jehovah Witness are very important. We're talking moms, we're talking immediate family. So to save each group for being uncomfortable putting the Christians in the Kingdom Hall or the Jehovah's Witnesses into a church, we had it at a mortuary across the street from the Nickerson Gardens. What? Man. Nigga, it's about 100 and some Crips across the street. For real. Yeah, nigga, it's like 101s across 100 and some Crips across the street from the motherfucking Nickerson. I mean, the inside was full. Motherfuckers, all the seats was full. People were standing on the side against the wall. That line went on both sides of the little shindig on the inside, both sides of the wall. Line coming all the way out the doors. The parking lot full of niggas. The sidewalk is full of niggas. Man, bunch of motherfuckers. So, but everything was cool. I don't know. It wasn't. I had heard that some bounty hunters that pulled up, but everything was cool with it. I was inside, so I can't say for sure. But if I remember right, I think so. But then check it out. Then we have the repass over in the A trays on Western. But the day of my nigga funeral was June 10th, which is 6 times 10, which is rolling 60s day. And the 6 O's was out lurking, sliding all through that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? My nigga, one of his Butchie's XO ladies sons, Goldie, they always see my nigga Duke as an uncle. Goldie and what's my nigga name? He locked up with the green eyes. Bad Luck, my nigga Bad Luck. Bad Luck and Goldie, you know what I'm saying? Goldie ended up being from 60s. Bad Luck from Southside 4 Trade, but Bad Luck from 6-0. And Bad Luck was at the Shindig. I mean, not Bad Luck. Goldie was from 6-0, and Goldie was at the repass, and he had to call some of his homies to tell them, like, hey, these not A trades. I know they folk trades, but look, man, I'm here. That's my uncle, blah, blah, no, this is family. So them niggas that he knew, they was like, oh, okay, yeah, because we seen that, and we was coming back, you know what I'm saying? Because it was a bunch of motherfuckers, because by now, at the repass, you had, my niggas Smoking Ill from the R.I.Ps, they was there, it's too many people to name, man. It was just it, man. My nigga had that much love. You had elders there, kids. It was just real big like that. You know what I'm saying? Then afterwards, you know what I'm saying, some of us, we went back to the valley through our own little, everybody kind of like went back to their own little area, did their own little shindig and shit like that. But, yeah, my nigga was one of a kind. Like I say, beautiful, you know what I'm saying? From the first time we met that nigga, even what he represented it was different than what we all represented it. So out the gate, he was a different nigga. You know what I'm saying? A good nigga, good brother, you know what I'm saying? Beautiful son, beautiful husband, dedicated homeboy, no jackets, no funny shit, no like a real pure authentic nigga, man. Like for real. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but that was my ace boon. I love that nigga. I miss that nigga, man. Uh, and one thing I can say, man, uh, yeah, I was there on my nigga side to to his last day. And you know what, man? And even though that, sometimes the memory it hurts, especially like today and during these time of the years, because this was our time of the year, man. Like we love this time of the year. But you know what though? I'm I'm, I'm glad my nigga he in a better place. Cause man, it was getting painful to see my ace boom like that day in and day out. Just like it was painful to see my mom like that day in and day out, man. Sometimes your loved ones, man, that be going through some terminal illnesses, man. I just sometimes they just want to they just tired of the pain. They just tired of the stress. They just tired of just happen to not live life the way they used to live life day in and night out. And it's like it gets to the point I know sometimes it's like when is it gonna happen? I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. So man, if you got anybody who got any loved ones that's in that position, you got any loved ones that's in the medical terminal illness situation, man, please be by their side much as you can because man, we all they got. Man, we all they got. You know what I'm saying? My ace boom, all he had was his family, his some friends, not all, but some friends, but not one, but none of them like me. And that's why our friendship was so special. That's why our friendship it lasted as long as it did, because we was real two genuine niggas that out the gate. You know what I'm saying? Just had a bond amongst us that only God could come between. You know what I'm saying? Like even me and my ace boom will have disagreements. Like we never fought. We never like man, we used to slap box all the time, but we all slap box though. Nigga, we all like I say now nowadays, you know what I'm saying, the young crowd we quick to grab them guns and shoot and then run to the social media and tell on themselves. But back then, man, we thunderdomed frequently just to keep your skills sharp. You dig what I'm saying? Sometimes some of us in LA we'll go out there to the valley. Valley niggas be out there talking crazy. Man, we go to the park, nigga line, nigga, everybody out there thunderdoming. You know what I'm saying? Freely squab. Ain't nobody trying to hurt nobody. We ain't trying to, nothing like that. Ain't nobody getting stomped out and all that. But niggas are getting punched on though. You dig what I'm saying? And me and my ace boom, man, it's been plenty of times where we fought back to back. You know what I'm saying? Side by side, squabbing with motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Play fighting with the homies and shit, and real squabbing. You know what I'm saying? That's what I say. It's a whole lot of shit that I really can't really get into that, you know what I'm saying, that, me and my nigga was a part of, but y'all get the picture though. Y'all know what time it is though. Like, this ain't no fugazi. This ain't no nonfiction. This ain't no fantasy. This ain't no I wish it was type of story, nigga. Everything that I said from the beginning to the ninth inning is all facts. Like, for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? So, once again, man, if you got a loved one, you got a friend, you know what I'm saying, somebody you close to that's in a medical situation, their time is limited, man, please cherish it with them. You dig what I'm saying? And like I said, I can look back and I can give stories like this. I can speak highly of my ace boom, no matter where I'm at on earth. You know what I'm saying? And, and I know, you know what I'm saying, if my nigga could look down and see me, I know he'll be proud of me without a doubt. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I lost my mom and my best friend. And I know both of them looking down on me like, my mom like, man, my son's still doing it. And I know my niggas like, look at my dog. That's my dog. Look at my dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know you up there telling them like, yeah, that's like Pooh, yeah, that's Bo Duke. I'm Luke Duke. Yeah, I'm Luke Duke. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my dog. But Yeah, man. Rest in peace to my nigga Big Duke. And I appreciate y'all coming out, hanging out with me, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm a delete the first live that we did. So, and I'm gonna change the part two on this. I'm just gonna change it as if it was normal and shit like that. So, if those who seen some of the live, the first one, you probably I know it wasn't that long, but I'm gonna delete that one off, whatever not, and do this one right here because this one is the one. You know what I'm saying? So the last time I started it off different, so I'm gonna end it a little bit like I started off last time, and this the best bar I can pick that I can think of that my nigga loved this bar. And I think after y'all hearing this story, y'all gonna see why, whatever not. It's not the whole thing, it's just the bar, but rest in peace to my nigga Big Duke Corleone, Southside Faux Trade, one of the best to ever do it. I love you, big homie, and this is for you, cuz. And I'm gonna probably go live. Hey, you know what? Check this out, Blake. You can go to my first live that I did called The Game Continues, and I tell the story on how I met Sinful in that on that live right there. So you got to go back and check that one out. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, oh man, I got some more, plenty of shit to say. Like I'm gonna go. I'll probably end up going live again over the next few days, and just kind of like speak up on trending topics, just get back to this game and shit, whatever or not. You know what I'm saying? But I just want to take this time out today and do this one right here for my Ace Boom and shit like that. That's why. And over the last few weeks, I know I haven't been live because I've been having all kind of like little shit to get together, and just really didn't have the time to take the time out, but. I made it a point that this day, this day for this live been set, man, since like two creations ago. You know what I'm saying? So, happy Thanksgiving to y'all. Enjoy y'all day tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of Duke Day. You know what I'm saying? If you're in the kitchen cooking, cook safely. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know how to cook, get the fuck out the kitchen. You dig what I'm saying? And like I say, you know how we do. We ain't really into celebrating the myths, but just for the gift of life. Y'all enjoy your holiday tomorrow. And this is my giving thanks to my Ace Boom, to my friends. I just want to give thanks to, not only the Most High, not only, moms and pops and everybody raising me, but I want to just give thanks to my friends, all my crew who I grew up with, the homies from the set that I fuck with, my P partners. Now I got some of y'all that's all that you my crew, you from the set, you my P partner, you my loved one, all y'all. You know what I'm saying? I want to just give thanks to my partner Simple the P for even giving me the game or giving me the enlightenment to even fuck with these lives, because I was on the other side. I wasn't thinking about doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? Even before P passed, he was trying to get me to do this shit. So, I want to definitely give thanks to him. And like I said before, man, if I mention it or don't mention it, I don't give a fuck what the topic is or what I'm talking about. Every live that I do is in dedication and memory of my nigga Simple the P. But today, this is for my Ace Boom Big Duke. I love you, big homie. I love y'all. Thank y'all for coming out. If you catch this live later on, please hit the like button, hit the share button. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Come support the bullshit. Come support this game, man. You know what I'm saying? And I tap in with y'all in a few days, and we'll take it from there. So till next time, this is for my nigga Duke, one of the favorite bars he ever heard. Hey, my nigga love that shit, man. Like I was sick case from the six South Side. So yeah, thank you, man. I'ma holler at y'all in a few days. I appreciate y'all. for tapping in with your loved one. And I'll see y'all next time. All right, I'm gone.